Today at the gym, you guys, my man Jared thanked me. Not for spotting him, not for motivation. He thanked me because I showed him why his cable crossovers have been lying to him his entire life. See, most guys stop the movement right at the center, like they're afraid of commitment. And then they wonder why their chest looks flat, soft, and a little confused. Today I'm breaking down 3 brutal fixes that turn cable crossovers from fancy warm-up into a chest carving weapon. If your chest hasn't been sore from cables in years, congratulations. This episode is going to offend you. You are listening to the Masculine Mindset Show, a podcast for men to develop a backbone, a masculine purpose, if you will, and get more physically attractive, and even become more mentally healthy. All you men listening, I turn nice introverts into fit, self-entitled savages, if you will. And you might even become a little cocky as a result of your G status. More importantly, you guys, I also show you how to flirt and date more women and seal the deal. Just look at the show notes. They are all on my blog articles. Let's get into the content. Why cable crossovers are actually a chest-building weapon. Brothers, listen to me. Do me a favor. Leave me that 5-star review with words behind it. Okay? Check the show notes. I'm gonna be putting my school community in there, so join it. Get in. I have people in there. Anyhow, those of you in that community, start using it. Okay? Anyhow, also, brothers, check this out. If you are in the community, which some of you are, look in the courses section. You'll see my program. It does cost a little bit of money. Don't sweat it, okay? I'm not gonna rob you, so don't act like it. I'm going to just see if you have the balls to commit. Enough said, okay? Some of you guys have a bad mindset on coaching, to be clear. But anyways, aside from that, I'm here to help you guys, okay? So that's the point, all right? Now, today is on fitness, okay? Today is on fitness. So keep listening. Tune in, you guys. Like, really fucking tune into this shit. Because I helped someone who could fucking deadlift, like, a lot of weight with cable crossovers. So, keep listening. Okay, my man Jared, like I said, he told me, yeah, man, my chest was sore from that little tip you gave me. I was like, yeah, because I told him to go past midline. Okay, when you do crossovers over midline, you are hitting the chest 10 times harder. And not to mention, you are going to get even more results because you're calling on more muscle when you go past midline. Anyways, so I'll tell you guys about that later in the podcast. Anyhow, you guys know by now, I'm a fitness trainer. Okay, I am a fitness trainer. And in case you didn't know, if you're new to my podcast, you just came across my podcast, you have probably seen some other topics on my show, such as like the ego one, why your ego lies to you. But again, I'm not going to be talking about how your ego's ginormous when you work out, because most guys do get like that. Just being honest. But anyways, one time this guy was like, yo, Adam, if I'm going to get fitness advice from someone, I want them to be like super fucking jacked. I'm like, okay, dude, that's great. But it's like, guys, stop having a dick measuring contest in fitness, because seriously, that doesn't matter. Like, if you say that to like screen out coaches, that's weird, because honestly, you're being super fucking stingy and stubborn. All right. Anyhow, just to point that out to you guys, stubbornness is not really like the best quality. Okay, speaking from someone who is stubborn, I am, you guys. I'm just gonna own that. I am. But anyhow, let's go. So, cable crossovers, you guys. Cable crossovers. Here's the truth most lifters never learn. Cable crossovers keep constant tension on the chest. Dumbbells lose tension at the top, okay? Can you really go past midline doing dumbbell flies? Fuck no. All right? Barbells shift to load the joints, okay? That's true too. All right? However, cables don't let you hide. No, they don't. Okay? Now, chest fibers respond to continuous tension too, you guys. You ever think of that? The chest is a fan-shaped muscle. Okay? When you're doing crossovers, you guys, here's what you do. You start at the starting point. Cross over. Go past midline. I'll talk about that here in a second. Then the eccentric is when you come back from the crossover, past midline, then back to the starting position. Okay? Cables keep resistance on the pecs through the entire range. Alright, you guys? So, especially in the powerful shortened position, that right there is where you really feel it big time, okay? Big time. Your chest doesn't grow just from stretch, alright? Like stretching out the pecs. No. It grows from sustained tension while shortened, okay? Now, brothers, listen to me. The tip that I gave Jared is you go over midline. Dumbbell flies can't do that. It's restricting the chest muscle. You're not getting the best out of the movement when you do dumbbell flies, you guys. Alright, anyways, let's get to the next part of this podcast. Common reason cable crossovers fail. Most men turn cable crossovers into a shorter exercise by accident. Okay? Now, really, you guys, cable crossovers are honest. They don't care how strong you think you are. Alright? Cables are different than dumbbells because you're forced to hit the entire fan-shaped muscle. Alright? Anyhow, here are some mistakes that most guys make on cable crossovers. Don't do this, okay? Don't fucking do this. Stopping at the midline. Now, much love to Jared. Good dude. He can honestly deadlift more than me. All good, no worries. But he has not done cable crossovers past the midline. And that was why he thanked me. Okay? So, listen to me, brothers. Okay? He told me that he was sore the next day when I gave him that tip. Go past midline. Alright? And don't stop at the middle. If that makes sense. Now, letting shoulders roll forward. That is another mistake that a lot of guys make. Guys, listen to me. Watch how you position your shoulders during this move. Positioning is everything in this move too. Okay, just think about how you do a bench fly, but you're using cables, standing up. Okay, and again, that's a whole separate podcast. But honestly, I'm not a big fan of bench flies. But again, the mistake though, I'm getting back to letting shoulders roll forward. Okay, don't let the shoulders roll forward. Okay, your positioning matters. Now, using too much weight. This is like the most common mistake every single guy makes. You, the listener, you're probably thinking, oh, I bet I could do more weight than you on crossovers. Yeah, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Do you think I care about how much you can do a crossover? I don't fucking care. Here's what I care about. I care about you taking my tips into consideration and not comparing yourself to me on how much you can lift when it comes to cable crossovers, okay? Gosh, so many guys I've met in my lifetime, they have this fucking cock measuring contest with how much people can bench and shit like that. But anyways, so I went through these 3 mistakes. Stepping at midline, letting shoulders roll forward, using too much weight, okay? The last one here, you guys, the last one. Turning it into a swinging motion. I've seen so many gym fail videos on this one, you guys. So watch that. Seriously, fucking watch that. Now, when you are turning this into a swinging motion, at that point, your chest just checked out. Your delts took over, and you just wasted 3 sets. Guys, listen to me. In my program, Alpha Body Blueprint, I have you go through 3 sets, and it's a lot of reps too. Gotta do lighter weight. Okay, you need to do lighter weight. You have no choice at that point. High reps means lower weight. So, again, I'm going to say this one more time. I don't care how much you can do a crossover with. High amount of reps means you can't go high in your weight. Anyways, you guys, let's keep fucking going. Now we're going to get to the part where I'm going to cover what I told Jared, right? This is what I told Jared, right? This is a huge fix that you all need to make. Go past midline. The chest actually finishes the job. That's segment 3, okay? This is the first fix. Go past midline, okay? The chest's job is horizontal. It's not abduction, Adam. It's adduction. ADDuction, okay? So, think of it like this, you guys. I learned in personal training. It's like adduction, like you're adding, like it's more toward your body, and then abduction is away from your body, if that makes sense. Anyhow, that means your arms don't stop when your hands meet. They cross, okay? Explain the anatomy, right? I'm going to go through it, you guys. It's right here. Anatomy. Listen to me. I know some of you don't care about this, but you should care. Because if you want to know how you're actually working the chest instead of just doing the moves, I want you to actually know what you're working, okay? So, keep listening. This is the anatomy. Pec fibers. Shorten hardest. Past midline. Overlap equals peak contraction, okay? This is where the chest activation spikes. Stopping at the midline is like doing a curl halfway and calling it growth, okay? Anyways, when you are doing crossovers, okay, remember the overlap handles, okay? Overlap handles squeeze the pecs, you guys. Squeeze the pecs, not the hands, okay? Don't put too much tension on your shoulders, because then you're just working the shoulders and you're not working the chest. Listen to me, you guys. This is push day. In Alpha Body Blueprint, this is push day. Guys, listen to me. My workouts are simple, but they're really fucking effective. So, again, all of my school community, look at the show notes. You can join for free. Anyways, if the rep doesn't feel awkward, you didn't go far enough, okay? That's the all-important point here, right? You need to know, you guys, these fixes. So, I just said the first fix. Go past midline. Second fix, you guys. The eccentric is where the chest learns. Alright? So, most guys rush the negative because it's uncomfortable. Now, this is where the benefits of cable crossovers come into play. You're going to hate me for suggesting this, but I'm telling you, this is actually really fucking powerful if you know what you're doing. And now that you're listening to the Masculine Mindset Show, you're hearing me speak on fitness, you know I am a professional fitness trainer, even though I have some dating podcasts. Listen to me, you guys. I want you to remember this is what I do professionally, okay? And yes, I have trained women too. The point is this, you guys, even though I do target men, I have trained all kinds of people, special populations. Joshua Shore, he's the guy covered in tattoos, okay? You can see him on my Instagram profile, one of my testimonies. Also, you guys, Gabriel David, okay? And also, Arenia, yeah, she's Ukrainian. Anyways, let's go. Okay. The eccentric, you guys. Fuck, I went on a tangent. But you know what? You guys gotta know who I've helped throughout all the years I've been training. But, slow down the eccentric. Okay? Slow down the eccentric. Now, concentric is you do the crossover. Eccentric is you're bringing it back to starting position. Okay? You slow that down. Slow down the eccentric. Think of it like negative training. Okay? If you're doing a bench press, a negative on that move is You press up, the negative is you come down, bring the dumbbells down, okay? That's the negative. So you have the negative and the positive. I actually cover this consistently in my course too. The positive portion, concentric. The negative portion is the eccentric. Now, let's go. You need to know eccentric because it improves mind muscle connection, forces the chest fibers to stay engaged. A slow negative teaches your chest to stay on point and locked in instead of handing the work off, okay? Now, here's my practical tips, you guys. 3 to 4 seconds on the way back to the starting position. Feel the chest stretch. Stop before shoulders pull forward. If your cable stack slams at the bottom, your chest didn't grow. Your ego just made noise. Brothers, taking a quick intermission to tell you all, check the show notes, affiliate section, Limitless Focus, Joe Liverman's nootropic, Bucked Up, EA2BEF, promo code, and also tactical soap. Yes, you guys, pheromone soap is good shit. And believe it or not, Joe Liverman also did use that. Now, let's keep going. Okay. Let me get to part 5. The third fix. Body position decides everything. Okay. Your setup determines which muscle shows up to work. So, the point, I want you to listen. With cable crossovers, you have a slight forward lean that equals the chest bias. Okay. You're hitting the chest when you do that. Okay. Slight forward lean, chest bias. Okay. Now, rib cage down. Okay. Rib cage down. That means core control. Okay. You need to keep that core tight, you guys. Very important, especially during crossovers, because you are standing. Anything standing, you're involving your core. Now, shoulders pinned back means pec isolation. Okay. You guys, listen. I would give all these tips to all my clients. So, just a couple more clients I'll list. You know, I mentioned Joshua Dane Shore, but now it's time to mention Mike Cerrone from the band Lone Wolf. Yes, I trained him too. And I also, what's his name? Dan Harris. Good guy right there. Him and I would love to just listen to metal music and lift. Metal and lifting, fuck yeah. Now, anyhow, back to the tangent, right? So, slight forward lean, okay, rib cage down, shoulders pinned back, all right? That means pec isolation, okay? Stand too upright in your shoulders, hijack the rep, okay? Lean too far forward, and you turn it into a weird fly row hybrid, okay? Don't do that. So, as I said, you need to fix your body position. So, you guys, this is what I went over, okay? I went over the first fix, go past midline, as I told Jared, right? And then I went over the second fix, the eccentric is where the chest learns, right? As most guys rush to the negative because it's uncomfortable. But if you listen to this podcast again, you'll realize that the benefits of eccentric training is definitely one of the best things you could do with your body. Not just that, but you guys, the benefits to slowing down the eccentric is you call on more muscle. That's the point. Now, so I talked about body position. That's the third fix, okay? Body position decides everything, okay? Slight forward lean, rib cage down, shoulders pinned back. And also, you guys, the cues I would give to training people in the gym too. Imagine hugging a barrel, okay? Elbows stay slightly bent. Chest leads the movement, okay? Dark line, all right? That means your chest doesn't grow from chaos. It grows from control. Let's do that one more time. Your chest doesn't grow from chaos. It grows from control. Let's keep moving forward. As I said, brothers, Okay, check the show notes. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but seriously, I want you to join my community, all right? My school community. It's free. You don't have to join, but seriously, I'm telling you right now, I have people in there already, and you really should just give it a shot, because I give free tips. I cover all kinds of things, not just fitness, but more importantly, like how to improve your testosterone, etc., etc. Now, why cable crossovers are perfect as a finisher, okay? This is the last part. Why cable crossovers are perfect as a finisher. Okay, guys, listen to me. Cable crossovers shine when your chest is already fatigued. Now, listen, I know that this is not as a finisher in Alpha Body Blueprint, okay? However, the point as to why it works for a finisher is you have less joint stress, okay? Less joint stress. Some of you guys might be thinking, wait, what? Guys, point behind this is when you go through bench pressing, when you go through dips, for example, for the lower chest, or when you even go through, let's just say, for example, push-ups, okay? When you go to cable crossovers as a finisher, then yes, you are having less joint stress. But more importantly, you're not going to fatigue everything right out of the gate, especially when you do bench press first, okay? Less joint stress, simply put, means this. You're not going to harm the joints doing cable crossovers as a finisher. That's the point, okay? You're actually improving chest strength, okay? That's the whole point. But don't take it too far where you're doing like a million crossovers and then the next day your chest is just screaming at you and then you're just overtraining. But anyways, high metabolic stress right here. High metabolic stress, okay? You need to understand that the chest can go through a lot of stress, okay? Especially when you're doing chest, especially for men too, okay? A lot of you men out there listening to my show, you don't realize that, like, women have less chest strength than you, okay? So I suggest, like, just remembering that when you pedestalize girls, but that's a different topic. Anyways, understand this. The chest can handle a lot of stress, okay? I'm not trying to make you girls feel like low about yourself. Don't misinterpret me. The point is this. I want you to understand that it takes a lot of time for women to develop that. That's the point, okay? But also, remember this. There are women that I've met who are very strong in the chest, so don't misinterpret. Anyhow, high metabolic stress, okay? Less joint stress. More importantly, you can take this to failure, okay? But, again, don't overdo it past your metabolic threshold. That's when you reach overtraining, okay? Go too far, you're reaching overtraining. Now, right here, guys, I want you to listen. This is where you chase quality fatigue, not maximum weight, okay? Again, if you're going to do this as a finisher, remember this right now. Go less weight, I would say 10 pounds. I know some of you guys are thinking, I could go more, but if you're doing this as a finisher, that's a different story, okay? Now, again, I'll say that one more time, you guys. Less joint stress, high metabolic stress, safe to push close to failure, okay? Again, too far past failure, then you're just overtraining. But anyways, advanced tips, okay? High reps, 12 to 20. In my course, I have you do 15. However, you guys, I want you to remember this. High reps, you lower your weight. As I said a million times, listen to me. A lot of you guys have an ego, okay? I talk about why your ego is lying to you. Find that podcast. Anyways, high reps means this, okay? Don't go past like 25 maximum. But anyhow, a good number here would be 15, as I have my guys do in my community. Anyways, another advanced tip is drop sets, okay? Drop sets. Remember that drop sets are very powerful, especially when building strength. Now, also, you guys, short rest is key here, right? But about 45 seconds tops, okay? No more than that. Now, that is in between sets, though, okay? In between sets, 45 seconds. This is how you carve, not just build, okay? the bigger lesson, okay? Now, the bigger lesson, you guys, is cable crossovers work. Like, they're honestly my favorite chess move, okay? I'll say that one more time. This right here is my favorite fucking chess move. And as you guys know already, that guy who I helped, Jared, even though he can deadlift more than me, he still said, thank you, Adam, for encouraging me to go past midline. And yeah, you guys, I said you're welcome, because that right there is a man who actually doesn't have a massive ego in fitness. All right, you guys? Because he's willing to listen. Now, anyways, the bigger lesson, you guys, is the lesson isn't just to do cable crossovers. The lesson is to train with intent. Not to mention, you train with intensity, but don't overdo it to the point where your chest is just begging to get surgically removed. But anyways, I want you to remember this right now, okay? Average lifters move weight. Advanced lifters control the tension, okay? Eccentric training. Remember that fix, you guys. Now, again, Jared didn't get stronger today. He got smarter, okay? And the point about that story is this, you guys. That is to tell you that I don't just help men get fit. I help them train smarter. And he told me he was sore the next day. A good sore, though. Not like, oh, he can't fucking move his chest because it's just way too sore and then he just doesn't want to train. But anyways, that's the bigger lesson, you guys, is don't overtrain. Remember that you need to listen to your body. Also, find my podcast on overtraining. Anyhow, the next time you hit cable crossovers, remember this right now. Go past midline, control the negative, the eccentric, own your position, do that, and the cables stop being decorative and they start being dangerous. Now, guys, listen to me. As I said a million times, check the show notes, get into that community. It's free. But also, the courses section, no, that's not free. Because guess what? My high-paying clients are in there. And not to mention, I want you to remember this right now, you guys. This is what I do professionally. Like, you might find some dating podcasts, but understand this, you guys. If you want to genuinely get fit, I have all my high-end clients in there. Anyways, I want you to remember this right now. Okay, just remember this. If you want to train with intensity, just remember, control the negative, but more importantly, really go past midline, okay? And you will feel it in your chest big time doing keyboard crossovers just like this, all right, you guys? Peace the fuck out. Guys, listen to me. I know I sound like a broken record, but seriously, get into that community right now. I want to see you in there, all right? Peace out. You are a legend. Leave me a 5-star review.